just a job, it's a calling inside. Not just a dream, it's purpose alive. Through every tear, through every fight, she turned her vision into life. Run way to cradle, she answered the call. From fashion to babies, she giving her all.
Baby rising, your destiny call.
She's building futures, one life at a time. Purpose divine. One life at a time. Baby D, purpose divine. Baby D, one life at a time.
At a time.
Baby D, purpose divine. Baby D, one life at a time.
From Guyana to the world, she's nurturing tomorrow, today.
Deejay Quin, the matured mixer, on far front today, celebrating purpose, passion, and power. This one is for Donette, baby the agency. From the runway lights to a brand new day, designing dreams in a bold display. Guyana roots in every trend. Now she nurturing life instead.
From the islands to foreign land, purpose shifting by God's own hand. What she carried deep inside, now bringing hope to every child.
She walked away,
But she never lost, every step had a higher cost.
now she building something real.
Love you can touch and feel.
On runway to cradle, she answered the call. From fashion to babies, she giving her all. Baby the rising, her destiny call. She's building futures, one life at a time. Purpose divine. One life at a time. Scrubs on now, heart so wide. Caring hands always by your side. Training others to do the same. Building legacy in her name.
Connecticut to Guyana shore, opening doors and so much more. Every baby, every star, touched by a love straight from her heart.
Not just a job, it's a calling inside.
Not just a dream, it's purpose alive.
Through every tear, through every fight,
She turned her vision into life.
now she answered the call. From fashion to babies, she giving her all. Baby the rising, her destiny call. She's building futures, one life at a time. Baby D, purpose divine. Baby D, one life at a time. From Guyana to the world, she's nurturing tomorrow, today.
Well, welcome. This is the Forefront today. I am yours truly, Deejay Quin, and I am so pleased to bring before us a wonderful lady where we can spotlight her real people we do here, real journeys and real purpose. Tonight's guest is a dynamic woman of vision, creativity, and compassion. From the world of fashion to the delicate responsibility of newborn care. From Guyana to the United States, now building a multi-state and international brand. She is the CEO of Baby D Agencies. Please welcome my friend Donette Brotherson to the Forefront today. Welcome to you, Donette.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. I'm so glad that you're able to brace us with your presence, man. It's so wonderful to see that you are alive and well in this land of the living and
Yeah.
empowering women, empowering people. And so, but how's your day going so far?
So far so good. I wish I had gotten more sleep, but we're here.
Don't we all? There's not enough hours in this day to really get some sleep in. Sometimes we sleep on the wheel of the car, you just pull up in the parking lot and capture not here and there. I'm
Yes.
telling you, man. But I'm glad that you don't look stressed, I can't see no wrinkles from here, but I don't suspect that you're carrying any on that face of yours.
Um, you know what? Lately I've been really taking care of that. So I decided without me there is no if I'm not, I can't pour from an empty cup. So if I'm not well, I can't, give of my best self. So I started to take care of myself.
Awesome. You have to practice that power of pause, huh? That's self-care.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
hard to
yeah.
do, but I'm learning to do that.
Mm. You
Yes.
wear many, 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 many hats. You have several things to your name. But today, on Forefront today, what do you want me to call you, my dear?
Donette,
Done it. Just simple
the
done it.
CEO. I don't like those big titles, but
Okay.
the founder and CEO of Baby D Agency.
Okay. Good. So
Yeah.
Donna, the founder and CEO of Baby the Agency. So Donna, before we go further, uh, there was a uh, fashion world in use at some point. Take us into that world where you were, where I first met you. I think it was Florida, perhaps, or was it Maryland?
It was Maryland.
When my sister was here,
Mhm.
Vashti Unique Designs. Was it
Oh yeah.
Maryland?
Yeah, it was Maryland.
Many, many moons ago. That was what,
Many months
2012,
ago.
2010?
You know what?
Wow.
When you say many months ago, you're making me feel like if I'm older.
You were a young fashion designer amongst
Yes, I
the
was.
mature, the women, and you were admired for that. You, Sharon,
Mhm.
and the other ladies who I've met
Yes.
too, young folks amongst
Mhm.
so many matured and seasoned fashion designers. Don J collection. Tell us about that.
Ooh. There was a point when I mean, I'm still in love with fashion, but I really thought that that was my calling. Like right after I taught for 12 years, and
Mm,
I got a little complacent with teaching, so I decided to go to art school, and then I got into fashion.
mm.
And I thought at one point I thought that was my destiny. So I pursue it heavily, and it was fun. I get to travel to a lot of countries, did a couple of fashion weeks, and um, pretty excited about that. Fashion is still in me. It hasn't gone anywhere.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm glad that you were able to design stuff, but you only did stuff for women, didn't you? Did you do for us men?
I did a few men's stuff at one point, and I displayed it in St. Thomas Fashion Week. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome. And so I didn't get a chance to wear any of your clothing. Like I had to be on my sister to make stuff for me because I'm out there managing her and I can't find a piece for the fellas. But yeah, she started making stuff for the fellas and lots of other designers. I challenged them to make for me because I want to model too. I have some skills. You know,
Really?
I could walk a runway.
How
Come
come
on
I've
now,
never
give me
seen you on
something.
the runway?
Yeah, I modeled for Sonata Textile Mills back in the day when I
Oh
was
wow!
17 years old, 18 years old. Of course. I know to scratch a match on my shoe, the heel of my shoe
But
and
did
stuff
you
like that.
volunteer to? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, I was saying I scratch a match on my heel and strike a
Mhm.
pose. Yeah, I was a model too.
Okay. How come you didn't volunteer in Maryland when we had the fashion week there?
Well, because I was managing, I didn't want to double
Oh,
play. I
okay.
want to give the fellas and the other ladies a chance to do that. I was doing too many things.
Okay.
Yeah, but next time if you decide on coming on out with your fashion collection, please, I can come now. I can put on, but wait until my hair grow back though. Just when my hair grows, then
Okay, I
I'll
will.
put some cornrow in and work it. But yeah, I'm glad you light up. You definitely had a rough weekend, I believe, and so I'm
Hmm.
glad you're lightening up, and so we could talk about some serious things here as an
Thank
option,
you.
employment
Thank
option
you.
here from BBD agencies. But
Thank
you
you so
you are
much.
a fashion designer from Guyana. Tell us
Mhm.
about your brand, Don Janelle Connections. How did you really come up with Don J? I mean, what inspired you from a child, perhaps, in thinking that you can really make people wear your clothing, your collection?
Well, fashion was always in me. From a little girl, I really love, dressing up. And from a young age, I started to tell my mom I wanted to choose my own clothes. And when I got the opportunity, and it was just a part of me just coming out. And I didn't know how much I was in love with it until I launched my first collection, and it was amazing from there on, because I got an opportunity to travel, like I said, to travel to different countries to do fashion week and
Mm,
different fashion show. Also, that is what actually brought me here to the US. So it
okay.
had it laid its foundation.
Yeah, back in the days,
And
you guys got it
I
the
still do
expos.
love fashion.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, back in
I
those days, they used to sponsor you for expos overseas, in
mhm, yeah,
VI and all those places, in Lucia, perhaps.
correct. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to those things? Is it still happening where designers are able to travel out as a group?
I'm not so sure. But now I think there was something recently launched in Guyana. I heard, by the way, that there was some initiative with different young fashion designers that they're going to fly them out somewhere. I'm not too au fait with it, because I'm
Mm,
not in that world anymore. So I don't check up that much on.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. My calling is somewhere else now. So I do fashion, but just for me.
Right. Well, we're going to talk about that other thing later on. But what this
Yeah.
experience did for you, meeting with fellow designers, traveling with them, and learning other people's skills, what was that experience like that you think might have shaped you to become who you are now?
That experience for me, I get to work along well with others, people from different background, and
Mm,
being a team player, because sometimes when you travel, you have to stay in the room with, another designer. And
mm,
it was so much fun. Like, you traveling, you go in different places and you meet in different people, and you get to, like, I remember this one person that I met. She was a jewelry designer. I can't remember her name, but she really stood out to me. She was very friendly, and I learned not to be so shy because I came from a teaching background. So in the beginning, I was very shy. I didn't want to be the face of my brand. And,
mm.
when people would ask me to come on, live interviews, I would be so terrified and shit. Just, I don't know. And I'm still a
Just
little
like this time,
terrified.
huh?
Yeah. But I get the opportunity to open up a little bit more and for the
Mm,
world to see who exactly is Donette. And that shaped me for who I am today. Because when I first came here, I was still young and I was still
mm,
navigating life. So a few things that was my takeaway was learning to exist on my own.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, learning, I didn't had mom and dad close by. Everyone was just a flight away.
Mm.
So
Wow,
that
yeah. So, mom and dad, what village, what town, what region did you come from in Guyana?
I came from Georgetown. Mom is from my mom is from Myconi, and my dad from Kitty Campbellville.
Oh, Georgetown girl.
All
Yeah,
the
I'm
way.
telling you, man. They said Georgetown girls can design, can't cook. What would you say if they tell you that?
Yeah.
Uh, what it is? What if they say Georgetown girls cannot cook and can't design? How would you defend that?
Not all of them. Some Georgian girls can cook.
Oh, okay, all
They
right.
may
Donette can
not cook
cook.
a lot, but they can.
Uh-huh. Okay. Shout out to all the Georgetown girls, my folks in Wortmanville, and shout out to all the folks coming on in live with us. I see you here. If you got a question, please leave a comment, a question for Donna. We're talking to Donna, the CEO of a Baby D Agency, Baby D Academy. We're going to get into that later on. But what did fashion teach you about discipline, branding, and presentation? Tell us more.
Well, it set the foundation for who I am today, in terms of getting into business, because I had a boutique when I came here,
Mm,
and the running the day-to-day boutique, keeping track of inventory and so on, and that transcend into this business that I have now. So it's for me, it set a foundation and give me some sort of discipline to
mm.
hold myself accountable and stay grounded.
From teaching
Yeah.
to fashion. But did you think that you would stay in fashion long, or you just know it was short term?
I didn't know it was short term. Like I said before, I thought that was my destiny. I was like, this is it. I am going to be the next big fashion designer in the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. And
I really, anything I pursue it heavily. With passion too. And I really thought that was it. But God had
well,
other plans.
I know, but tell us some of your proudest moment on the runway, being in
Some
that
of my
space.
mm, let me see if I can. Why are you going all the way back there?
Yeah,
What
I want
was
to know this fashion designer.
my first launching my first collection? I think it was so beautiful, and I got a lot of positive feedback. And also when I was featured in the In Flight magazine,
Mm,
Liat In Flight magazine, I was featured in there. So that was, I was like, oh wow, this is this is Donette,
yeah, you see?
and one of them is also doing St. Thomas Fashion Week.
Yeah, VI.
Yeah, yeah,
Awesome,
doing St.
awesome. You
Thomas
see,
Fashion Week.
I didn't want you to bury that kind of experience because a lot of people, forget that people really added value to you or you were recognized and
Yeah.
people look at you like, oh, she didn't make it. Maybe she didn't have some good collection, but you had good collection. You were
Yeah.
featured, you were honored, and so don't
Mhm.
let us forget us.
Yeah.
Don't let us forget that. Okay.
I was featured in a couple of, even here, I was featured in a couple of magazines. I even held my own show here, in the
Mm,
US. And I'm trying to remember some of the publications. I know in Guyana, like I had multiple features featured in all the different newspaper, and
okay.
um, and here a few newspapers and also a magazine.
Awesome. You see, folks can
Yeah,
start looking for you now. Don J Collections. Look it up. Don J Collection. DON J Collections. That's right. She's big time. She's a big deal. I'm telling you, man. But did you ever feel like you were building something bigger than just fashion from all that designing that you did? Did you
um,
think about this is going to be big? This is, you know.
I did felt so, but I always remain humble.
Mm,
Like it was new for me, and everything take off so quickly. I
yeah.
thought, like 1 minute I was teaching, then all of a sudden I'm this fashion designer who is traveling to different places and people requesting my presence and also requesting interviews. So everything was moving so fast. But
Mm.
I always remember my humble beginnings with, especially my mom would always be there and you would hear her voice, like I would hear her voice in the background saying, she would always say, just stay true to yourself. Always.
Mm,
Yeah.
awesome. Remind us again
Mhm.
why you walked away from Don J Collections.
I didn't walk away from Donjay collection.
I'm trying to see if
I,
that was the case.
I honestly, I didn't walk away from Donjay collection. I just decided um, it wasn't beneficial for me anymore, and
Mm,
I wasn't, gaining. Um, it wasn't doing a lot for me anymore. So I decided I'm going to put it on the back burner a little. But who knows?
yeah.
We might soon have baby Donjay collection.
Yeah, let's put some fire under your feet when it comes to that.
Yes.
I'm telling you,
Yes.
Donette, what
I
led you to
feel like
pursue nursing?
once a designer, you're always a
Yeah,
designer.
of
It
course. You can
don't just
design
go
baby
away.
clothes. You can design clothing for employees. You can design
Hmm.
clothes for the parents. I'm telling you, you can
Yes.
do a lot with design, and it always
Hmm.
you always can transfer that skills into something
Yes.
else because
Correct.
that's a gift. That's and so what
Hmm.
led you to pursue nursing?
Hmm. Um, After the closing of my store, I someone introduced me to, a friend, and she was telling me about this, nursing. Well, in that time, it used to be baby nursing, and I did the course. I pursued that for a minute, and after that, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna give this thing a try, because I had to. My bills had to be paid. I decided, you know what, let me just go back to where I started in the beginning, because I started. Remember, I was a school teacher and I was a kindergarten teacher.
Mm,
So I said, maybe I should go back to my roots. And, I tried it for the first time. I didn't really like it that much. So I take a step back and did a little bit of nannying, and then decided, you know what, it's time that I should go back to doing that. And I went back. And during COVID, I um I was thinking about my future self. So, and then my mom would always say, "Why don't you become a real nurse?" And that
yeah.
always used to play back in my mind. And after COVID, I was home for a bit, and I decided, you know what, I am going to go back to school to become a real nurse, according to my mom.
Okay.
And I started to think I didn't want a school fee. I didn't want a student loan, so I
Right.
decided that I'm going to have to find a way to go to
Okay.
school and
Yeah.
also pay
Pay on
for.
terms. Hmm.
Yes. And I said to myself, I said, you know what, maybe I should open an agency. I don't know where that came from.
Mm.
But I pursued that, opened the agency, went back to school, and here we are.
I'm telling you, I know
Yeah.
folks go over there in the nursing school to learn to do nursing, but really, actually, what did nursing school teach you about life, care, and responsibility?
Empathy, and
Mm.
safety. You know, care for care for your patient, um, and really, because remember, you're tasked with the responsibility of taking care of somebody and nursing them back to life. I did labor and delivery, so it's like we would say one foot in, one foot out,
Yeah.
and you get to see all sort of thing. And for me, that you have to be present in the moment at all times, once you're taking care of your patient.
Hmm. I heard that word empathy, and
Hmm.
for some people, it's a lifestyle. Kindness
Yeah.
come out of empathy, and
Yeah.
caring for others is a calling. Do you feel like it's a
Hmm.
calling for you? Was it the move? Was it spiritual, strategic, or spiritual for you in your your transition into nursing, you think?
For me, it was, I think it was spiritual, because I remember when I was taking care of babies, I and I was on a case, and I remember talking to God. We were outside. I was outside walking the baby, and I remember, asking God, because I was really pursuing, you know, like trying to get back money to reopen my store, and it just like a year passed and I wasn't able to meet that amount. And I remember talking to God, and I asked God, I said, God, if this is, if you don't want me to do fashion anymore, you need to,
Find
you know,
something else.
yes.
Alternative,
And if
an
this is
option.
it, yeah, if this is it, you need to
Mm,
provide ABC. And I list those things. And then within the next few months, I watch it came true. And I know that I'm destined for this. For me, I no longer see it as a means to an end.
okay.
I'm very passionate about it. It's a part of me. I love kids. When I was 16 years old, I my nephew was living with us, and I was going to school, and I was taking care of him. I
Mm,
remember I would come home, wash his diapers, and then wash his, what they call it. Back then it was not diaper. It was the, I can't remember the name right now, but I
right.
would take care of him, like feed him right before I go to school. And of course my mom would help, but most of the responsibilities was on me.
Mm,
So, and then after, again, going back to my teaching days, where I taught kindergarten. So it was always, I knew that, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be, because it gives me such, you know, I can't explain the feeling that it gives me such joy to do what I'm doing. And
nurturing.
sometimes you leave an assignment, and the client would sometimes cry, and not only that, like I see our job as very spiritual, in terms of like you have the opportunity, you're getting to be with that child 2 or 3 days later, after they're born. So you have a chance to speak into their life. You have a chance to take care of them. You get a chance to be the first person, well, apart from their parents, to mold them,
Yeah,
you know.
that,
And
that
even if it's
nurturing.
1 week, 2 weeks, six
Mm,
months, you have that opportunity. And I don't take that lightly. And
mm,
I instill that in my staff. I would tell them, don't just see yourself as a caregiver.
wow. So let
Yeah.
me go deeper though. There had to be a defining moment that really changed everything for you. What was that defining
Hmm.
moment that you know what, this is it. I'm gonna go and do this in faith. That defining moment. What was it for you?
Like I said, it was during COVID. I was doing it, as a one person. And during COVID, I wanted to go back to school, but I think after that, and while I was in my first year in college, I was thinking about, what I'm doing, and it really dawned on me, okay, this is a lot bigger than you. And I look at the amount of people that I was leading, and not only that, like how much people are dependent on me in terms of like the clients and so on, and the magnitude of the job. So for me, it was like one of the moments was when I talked to God, and I asked him, if this is you, provide this and this, and I saw it happen. And that was one of the moment, like the biggest moment for me.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
then you decided to eventually settle in Connecticut. What was that transition like for you?
The transition was good. I no longer wanted to be in New York. And
Hmm.
I moved from New York because the housing prices was crazy. And not only that, as a single person, I didn't want to just be surviving. I want to have, like we would say, have a saving for later days. And I wasn't able to do that. I wasn't able to accomplish much in New York. And apart from that, I didn't really like the too much the high buildings and so on. I wasn't doing well there. And I every year, I would suffer from really bad allergies. My face would be swollen and all of that, and I
Hmm.
would be sick. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I should go to somewhere greener. And I was pursuing. I was really looking into Connecticut for like over 2 years.
Okay.
And because I still, most of my clients was in New York, so I didn't want it to move too far away. So Connecticut was it. I came up here a few times and I fell in love with it. I was like, this is it. I'm moving here.
Awesome. To the extent you just opened up an office over there
Yeah.
recently, tell us
Yeah.
about that milestone, that experience.
Um, awesome experience, beautiful experience. This is where this I always wanted to open an office here because this is my home. This is where I am most of the time. And
Hmm.
no matter no matter where I travel or go, if I will go to New York, travel back and forth, but I always call Connecticut my home because I love it here.
Hmm.
And to have an office over here, it's a big deal for me. And it was, when we opened, as you were there,
Yeah, you
and
cut that ribbon. What was that feeling like? Cutting
it
the
was it
ribbon and
was
having those people, prominent people
it
coming to
brought back
support you.
memories of the boutique. Uh,
Okay.
when I had the ribbon cutting for the boutique, and I was like, oh wow, this is happening all over again.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
Awesome.
a great
Awesome.
feeling. And we
Mm.
were featured on the news.
Yeah. So tell
Yeah.
us about it. I saw someone interview with a big old camera. So how was that? See you on the news. Donette is
I
on the news.
was kind
Wow.
of nervous, but it was good. It was really good.
Mm. But you also have an office in Guyana. What is happening with the Guyana sector of your business?
Oh, we
How
launched
vibrant
in
is that?
Guyana a year ago,
Okay.
and Guyana's been doing very good so far, even without a lot of advertisement. So far, so
Mm.
good. The locals are catching on. I launched there catering to the foreigners, because the Exxon Mobil with the oil and so on, because those people are accustomed to the lifestyle here where they're able to get a nanny, a nurse, and so on.
Mm.
So my vision was to take what we do here to Guyana
Mm.
so they can have that. And now we're not only serving those people, we're serving locals. So that's going
Awesome.
pretty well.
Awesome. And tell us what does your expansion vision look like across other states here in the US?
To take over all the states.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome. Georgia,
Yes. Georgia, um,
Maryland, New
Maryland.
Jersey.
Uh, yeah. And as you know, we're in talks about Atlanta, and we laid some foundation there. So
Mm.
look out, Atlanta. We'll be there soon. And
Atlanta, Donette is coming to
sorry?
Atlanta. That is, Baby D Agency is coming to Atlanta soon. Watch
Yes.
out now.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
Godspeed to that. And how do you balance building, internationally? How do you balance the Guyana sector and here in the US? How do you balance that?
Well, in Guyana, we have a OP manager there, of which we check
Okay.
in almost every day. and I'm still playing a big role, but she leads, and I'm, like, I would have the last say. I would check off everything and so on. But so far so good.
Mm, awesome, awesome. Stay right
Mhm.
here. I'm talking to Miss Donette from Baby D Agency. You can find more information on babyddagency.com. She also have an academy. We can talk about that soon. But she wants to be called Donette tonight. So if you have a question for Donette, please drop it in the chat so she can answer your questions. I am offering you ladies an alternative, an option for employment, taking care of babies, and which is why I asked you guys to come on and be with me right here on Forefront this evening. And so let's get on with the Baby D Agency purpose and business model. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Baby D Agency. How was it really born, and where the name came from? Baby D. I know I'm a little birdie's telling me that is a first letter for a first name there, but how did that come about?
You know what? I remember in again during the ending off of COVID, I was with a client, and I was telling them that I have this agency, and she and her sister asked me, what is the name of the agency? And it really dawned on me, like, oh, I don't have a name.
You have a name? Okay.
Right? And that was like about 4 weeks into having this idea, and decided that I'm gonna pursue it. And she said, how about Baby D? I was like,
Hmm.
okay, yeah. I said yes. And that worked for me, because I remember in my nanny days, this little boy that I used to take care of, he used to call me Dee. So
Hmm.
I was like, okay, that worked. So that's how Baby D, and within that moment, I went on to get the website. She created the Instagram page for me,
Hmm.
and I bought the domain and registered the business as Baby D Agency.
Awesome,
Yep.
awesome.
Mhm.
Baby D Agency, and to find it on the World Wide Web, we have to put in two D's, right? Why is that?
Yes. Well, babyd.com was not available.
Okay,
So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna just go with the double D.
okay. Double D,
Yeah.
Baby DD. Awesome,
Yes.
awesome.
Mhm.
I know. We're talking a lot about babies here, but lots of folks that I know are taking care of adults, right? And they
Mhm.
tend to believe that that's their passion to take care of adults. What you think, as a nurse, the difference in the two, and why I mean, I know your passion from being a kindergarten teacher, but what are some of the better benefits you will see in taking care of babies besides nurturing them,
Mhm.
as against taking care of adults?
You get to speak into a life. Um, they just enter this world, and they are not. They It's a fresh life. You get to mold them.
Hmm.
Yeah. And for me, I don't take that lightly. Like, somebody and I were having a conversation recently, and they were telling me, they were sharing the same passion. They was like, you know that I don't think you guys should take this job lightly. I said, I don't.
Hmm.
And the person was saying to me that you have the opportunity. You were the first, the apart from the parents, you were the first person that child encounter for the
Right.
first 3 weeks or 6 weeks or so on. And you know, I'm not. I don't want to. I'm not knocking anyone's job. You know, apart. Um, Taking care of geriatric is, they already live life. So
Okay.
there is a big difference there. They already live life. They're just waiting, And again, I'm not knocking anyone's job, but
Right.
for me, I just think that the beginning is better than the end.
You find more value in
In this,
nurturing.
yeah, in this case,
Okay.
yes.
Awesome. Awesome. But there might
Yes.
be some gaps that you see that others miss. What are some of the gaps in caring for babies that you see that you think others might be missing
Some
in
of
the
the
way
gap
you care,
is, sorry, I didn't hear that.
in the way that they ought to be caring for babies, that you think you catch it, you got it, and they didn't.
In terms of like the older folks or
No, in terms of
geriatric,
caring for the
between
babies.
geriatric or babies.
No, just babies. It's babies.
Okay. For me, it's some of the gaps that we fill is you I teach my students, and also I you get a chance to interact with the parents and you listen to them, and I try to fulfill that gap. And sometimes I go above and beyond, and I
Mm,
tell my staff, you are in the home as not only you're not only there for the baby, but you also there for the parents. And
mm,
sometimes they rely on you heavily. One person, like, I remember watching someone go through postpartum depression. That is a big deal in Guyana. I wasn't okay with that. And I remember thinking back, I remember seeing, getting a first-hand look, with my sister going through that. And those are some of the gaps. Like, we are able to, you cannot diagnose, but you're able to notice the different signs, and you're able to help them through that.
mm.
Yeah.
Especially when you exercise empathy.
Yes. Yes.
Newborn care and nanny services. Services include a newborn and postpartum care, it says here.
Mhm.
Nanny
Yes.
placement. Tell us about that nanny placement. Night nurse and then doula.
So nanny placement is for older kids. Now, once they transition, some people take a nanny from like 4 months, 2 months. And some people take a nanny from when the child is like 6 months. So
Mm,
what we do, we would, if they stay within the agency, we would find a nanny for them. And for the doula aspect, that comes under postpartum or prenatal, whereby
mm,
we take care of the moms in prenatal stages, giving them, counsel, telling, exercise, what to expect during pregnancy and even during birth. And you would go through the different exercises with them. Postpartum care is what it say. Postpartum, after you get the baby, we nurture you back, to health. Because some people, like, let's say they had a C-section, they're not able to lift things, they can, bend in a certain way. So we would, you know, that's where we come in and we would help them.
offer that support for them. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. And then the doula,
The doula
that
is they have postpartum doula and prenatal doula, like I said.
okay.
So the prenatal doula is the person who helps you during your prenatal stages, whereby showing you the different exercises, advocating for you
Mm,
during birth, and after, we also do a follow up. And also, you have postpartum doula who also, like I just said, who also help you through postpartum stages. Sometimes a postpartum doula can cook for you while they're taking
mm.
care of the baby. They can also cook for the mom, prepare her, prepare or well, I don't want to mention that on the
You mean it's the
in this
bedroom stuff?
interview.
You don't want me to know
Yes,
about? Come on, we
yeah,
know but stuff.
but
Go ahead.
yeah,
Change the
yes,
bedpan and
yes,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah, I know those.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So and then there's a night nurse. I mean, Gregory Isaac sang about that thing, night nurse. But I mean that is a different thing here at Baby D, right? Night
Exactly.
nurse actually works, right?
See?
Tell us about that.
Night nurse, they work either 10-hour shift or 12 hours. So
Okay.
what they do, they would do all the overnight feedings while the parents sleep. Or sometimes if the mom choose to breastfeed, she will take the baby into her, do all the changing of the diapers during the night, also doing, like I said, the feeding, and also um, washing of the bottles and so on.
Hmm.
So they're basically on duty for the night. They do get to rest in between because I usually tell my staff sleep when the baby sleep, and so they basically take the baby from the parents and take care of the baby during the night.
That
So
sounds like
it
an
could
awful
be.
opportunity. Yeah.
It is. It is.
Hmm.
You don't have to be you and the good thing about it is you are only placed with one assignment
Hmm.
versus if you're working home health aid, you have multiple patients.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes.
But
Yeah.
I have a heart with you, Donette. Seriously, I gotta pick a bone with you when it comes to this stuff right now because I don't understand why you don't allow men to serve in this capacity. Why is that?
You're not the first person to ask me that question. I think I had that question 2 days ago. Why?
Okay.
I think it's because of I don't know, maybe because of society. I've never had I've never know anyone who decided to take, other than a husband or a partner, decided to take up that role.
So what if
Maybe,
what
I
if
don't
you
know.
could
Maybe I'll start looking into it. But I don't think my clients would be that comfortable, man.
come on? Listen, me and my friend Popo Anthony, we can do stuff. I helped to deliver a baby at Eastern Belt Outpost. Me and Malcolm George. So I know, but about doing things. I know, but using the scissors and cutting the biblical cord and all this stuff. I know about protecting the lady while she's, why we can't get in there and care for the baby too now.
Well, I don't think the women would be comfortable. I don't think
Okay.
some of the husband might be comfortable either. I don't know.
Oh, well, the husband, yeah, I could understand
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
insecurities when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could understand that.
And do you
But
know to swaddle?
Swaddle,
Yeah.
well, I can learn, because I know you're a teacher. So don't get me started. I went to CNA class, and I don't do CNA work, right? My
Uh-huh.
line of work is compliance investigation statewide. I did my
Hmm.
CNA class because I want to know what you all do. So when I come out there and I find there's a neglect, abuse, or something, I know what you should have done. So
Hmm.
I can do all these things because I like the training. Every time there's a training, I'm on it, especially if
Okay.
it's free. So I know a lot of things, but I don't operate in those positions because I just want to go for knowledge sake, right?
Hmm.
But I know to take my vitals. I know to turn you in the bed. I know how to, wash my hands and count the
Hmm.
seconds. I know all these basic things, But I know there's some brothers here might very well. Popo, what do you think about us men? Serving as caregivers for babies, man. I got to ask. We have to do a survey when it comes to that because this
You
sounds
know
like
what? Maybe
some kind
Baby
of
D might be the
segregation.
first to start doing
Yeah,
that. To start offering male caregivers, male NCS.
yeah, yeah. Please consider that. Please consider that.
Well,
But
first, I always give my clients what they need, so I, I'll take a
if they
survey.
choose a man, you will look for one of us. Okay. All right. Just so you know, I have some skills, right? But tell us
Okay.
about the Baby D Academy, your training arm. Tell us about that because I know some fellas don't mind coming and sit there and learn some things so that they could support their better half in caring for babies. So tell us
Mhm.
about that.
Okay, so Baby D Career Academy was birthed after Baby D. Like like 3 years in, because I used to, persons would come and I would employ them, and I would spend hours on the phone guiding them through a case. And I was like, this is not working for me. So
Mm,
maybe I should start training my own people. And
yeah.
that's how, I started to do I started to train people, and um just okay, I'm gonna name it Baby D Career Academy.
Yeah.
And now we train, over 50 students per year. And
Mm,
we do, sometimes those students stay with us, sometimes they move on to other places. And but the training is 6 weeks and 5 weeks virtual. And the sixth week we meet and we do in-person training, and we also have an exam there. I have a book. The name of my book is the Newborn Care Specialist Manual.
mm, yeah.
Yes.
See if I can find that. But yeah, and so I just heard you say 6 weeks training, five
6
weeks
weeks.
virtual, 1 week in person. And
Hmm.
so after 6 weeks, a person can be hired, certified to be an
Yes.
NC. What was that? NCA?
NCS, Newborn Care Specialist.
Newborn Care Specialist. Wow,
Yes.
I think I'm gonna take that course because that looks good on my resume. Yeah.
Yes. And
And
now we're now offering in person, because of the office, we are
yeah,
offering in person classes too.
awesome. But 5 weeks virtual. How many hours per day?
It's 2 hours, 2 hours per class.
Okay, so a total of how many hours total they might need to graduate?
It's a total of 15 hours. It's 1 hour per class, 2 hours per week. So it's a total of 15 hours. The sixth
Okay.
week we're in person for 5 hours.
Hmm,
Mhm.
that's easy. Yeah, I've
Yes.
done I've done peer supported. We took 5 weeks, and you had to be in class. Come on, man, that's easy,
Mhm.
ladies. You guys can do this. Some of you already are CNAs, HHAs, and PCTs. You guys can knock this out in 5 weeks or
Yes.
less. Come on, y'all. Y'all could do this. This is easy, but make it more lucrative. What are some of the benefits being a CS, so
And yeah.
newborn NCS? Start some of the benefits. Make it lucrative.
So some of the benefits that you can, first, you get to work with amazing clients. Transitioning into, as a newborn care specialist, transitioning to take care of babies, of which I was saying earlier, you get to nurture a child from the beginning. And in this case, like I said, I love the beginning versus the end.
Hmm.
And you have the opportunity to meet amazing people, learn so much, because sometimes you work with different people from all walks of life.
Hmm.
I recently worked with a friend, a client turned into friend, and she had, um, her best friend is a doctor. So the doctor was there, and she actually helped me to, um, to we are working on some stuff to, that would be launching soon. And I think you make some beautiful connections. Also,
Hmm.
some clients turn into friends. You learn so much more. And I always encourage my staff, do not stop at NCS. Like here at Baby D Agency, my team and there is always workshop. Every year I set aside, every quarter we do different workshops. We recently had our first workshop for the year, emotional intelligence, and that was
Yeah,
that
one of the
was
soft skills. Hmm.
yes. Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe in empowering, not just, okay, the team come in or hire someone and they're just there working. I believe in empowering my staff
So I was going to
because
ask that. I'm glad you bring that out. So
Mhm.
it's not just a career path, it's a stepping stone for some people. Some people come get
Correct.
the skills and they
Mhm.
step on out and do bigger things, right?
Exactly. And from there on, you can become a lactation consultant. You can become a sleep trained therapist. You can also become a doula. So
Hmm.
this is just a stepping stone, and you can move on to becoming a nurse. Because I
Oh,
did this before. I was an NCS before, and shout out to all those people who helped me through.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
my first year was whew.
but Donna, some people would argue, look, man, I got my first aid CPR training. I've trained as a
Mhm,
nurse. I got my LPN or RN. I have my HHA or CNA or my
mhm.
MMA, whatever. They might have all these letters. What do you say to somebody like that coming to you and saying, look, I don't need no training. I've been trained. I've been working in this field 10, 15 years. What would you say to a person like that?
We do get that a lot. Usually there is always having a certificate behind your name makes a lot different. And recently, we doulas and NCS were just approved. You are pretty soon. We are going to be covered by insurance. Some insurance already start doing it, so you need certification. You can't just when you're being vetted, you're telling them, I have 16 years of experience. Where is it?
Hmm.
What is there to show? So there's nothing wrong with getting us being certified.
Hmm.
And of recent, most of our clients want to see proof of certification.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, can someone start earning immediately after certification?
Yes. Sometime if they're in they come into our agency, they might have a downtime, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, or maybe not, and they just start immediately. And also, if they're doing pretty well in the class, and I notice that things are going pretty well with them and they're learning pretty quickly, sometimes we pull you to do fill in.
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, you actually provide that job placement support. That is
Hmm.
awesome. Ladies, you're
Yes.
here, and I'm speaking to Donette, the CEO of Baby D Agency. There's opportunity, an alternative or optional means of employment for you. And you heard it, ladies only. Gentlemen, we can talk about it later, right? Me and Popo. And
We'll
Gigi
find a
George is on.
position
She
for you
said,
guys.
yeah, you'll find something.
CPR, because we do offer classes to parents who are now pregnant and want to know more about taking care of a baby. We do offer newborn care classes, and we offer CPR classes. So
I
it's
used to be a
not just
CPR instructor.
NCS.
So yeah,
We
I need to
offer sleep
revisit that.
training classes. Say that again.
Mm. I used to be a CPR for a state instructor. I need to revisit that and
You should.
reestablish, re-certify myself and offer that service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there you go. You can be a part of this.
Mm. We got
Yeah.
Gigi George here with us. She's saying, I am super excited to be a newborn care specialist. What up, Gigi? She said she don't have any regrets choosing.
Yeah. She was
Thank you so
one
much,
of
Gigi.
our
Thank you for
students,
learning.
and now she's doing
Mm.
amazing. Great reviews.
Wow.
Yeah, I
That's
get
my
great
friend. So
feedback about her. Yeah.
yeah, that's my recommendation. That's my friend. So let me know if she's not doing well, okay? So we can give
Yes.
her some feedback. But thank you for letting me know she's doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Laverne is saying napkins. She was mentioning the name. I was going to say napkins, but back in those days,
Napkins. Yes,
yeah,
napkins.
napkins. back in those days, we cut the pillowcase and make napkins, right? We cut the flour back sometimes and make. You don't know about those days, Donette. I don't think you know.
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
you grew up in Georgetown, but in the countryside,
Yeah.
listen. We cut the flour bag, we cut the towel, we cut the pillowcase, and we made napkins, y'all. We had
Are
a
you
big safety
kidding
pin.
me?
You put two big safety pin at the sides, you know, you're good to go. You
Mhm.
know, you could drag
Yes.
your butt all day on the floor and in the sun everywhere because it's just, you know. But nowadays
Yes.
you got napkins, as she says. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Carol Edward.
Laverne.
No, Miss Carol Edward Joseph. She runs a daycare facility taking care of
Mhm.
toddlers. I think not so much babies, but I think she probably can say from what age to what age. But I'm trying to make her think towards being that agent that was that NC. I keep messing it up. What newborn care
CS. Yeah. Just
specialist,
remember, or you could say baby nurse.
baby nurse. All right, baby nurse.
Yeah,
I want to be a
baby
baby
nurse. Yeah.
nurse.
Yeah.
So folks who had daycare facilities,
Mhm.
what is your advice to them now, in this trying times where so many are closing down, the government is not, fully funding some of these child care
Mhm.
facilities. What is your best advice to people who have already established themselves running daycare facilities?
I strongly believe that they should pursue the course, and in that case, they can actually take babies in the facilities. Um, some people look for a daycare at maybe month 3 or month 4, even month 6. So they would be fully trained and equipped to take care of that baby,
Certified.
and
Mhm.
they're
I
certified.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's a great
Mhm.
demand for it in Washington State. I know someone who
Mhm.
cares for babies, young ones there too. And
Mhm.
that's why I was asking them to come on in so they can ask you the questions. But
Yeah.
Nicole Semple, she's a nurse. And what is your take on nurses coming over to do this kind of work?
I'm a nurse too.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Uh,
encourage Nicole to come over because I keep telling her, Nicole, because she traveled from New Jersey all the way to New York, back and
mhm.
forth in the train, she can actually find something right in New Jersey, right?
Yes. And right now we're looking for people in New Jersey.
Mm,
Um, because that's where right now we're servicing New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, a little bit of Atlanta, not fully there yet. Um,
okay.
but we're always looking for people in especially New Jersey. Most of our clients come from Jersey.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we always looking for
Wow.
people. Sometimes I myself have to drive out there, as you know, drive all the way out there just to fill in.
To fill in. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So good
Mhm.
night, Cheryl Peters. Good night to you once again, Gigi George, Carlton, Popo, Anthony, Lavorne, and good night to you, Miss Carell, and Abiola Harlequin. Good night to you. I'm trying to tell Abiola there's something she can do too. She likes geriatrics for some reason.
Okay.
So I have this task in making people hear it from you. People say the horse's mouth, but you're not a horse. But
Yeah.
from you, uh,
Hmm.
as to why you chose to go that route. So one more time, some people are struggling and coming in late. Why you think that this field might just suit those people who are working geriatric field, the CNAs, HSTs, PCTs, and MMA, the medical technicians. Welcome
Yeah.
into you, Ms. Karen Hughes. Aiken, she's also in the medical field. All the ladies
Okay.
are struggling in now. So talk to them because I mean, they don't take my word for it. So please tell them why you think that it's really, really
I
necessary that
wonder why they
they
don't
choose
take
this
your
career
word for
path.
it.
Because they think that I'm trying to pull them away from their regular job. I know they have the kind of faith, but you would make them, have formidable faith, because you are a nurse and you
Yes.
transition into this field. Go ahead, tell them again.
I believe again, I believe I love the beginning. better than the end. And there's so much opportunities in taking care of babies. You start off, some people, like for instance, me, I started off as an NCS and then I move on. I have so many things under my belt. You can become a sleep trained therapist, you can become a doula, you can become a lactation consultant. And besides that, it's more lucrative.
We're gonna come to that money thing later on. But you know what? As you did,
Um,
let them know how. Let me make you pause on it because some folks think it's so difficult. They gotta drive. I might not be able to drive. Tell them how easy it is to get on the app and choose the hours, choose their location.
yes.
Uh, Tell us about the
You just
technical, logical type side of it, the app.
So we have a software where you can either tell us or you can go on the app and you can choose your hours. You can tell us when you want time off or when you want to work. You can also, the good thing is you can also work privately and also come under the agency.
You can do
So,
dual. Okay.
mhm.
Mm,
Yes, you're not bound to us. Once you join the agency, you're not, you don't have to work with us all the time. You can take up private cases or you can be with us and we send you, especially we send you, you can tell us your radius of how far you want to travel. If you want to stay in Jersey, we keep you in Jersey. If you want to stay in New York, we keep you in New York. If you have a 50-mile radius, we know that we can move you from New York all the way to Jersey. So it just depends. And you have that freedom,
mm,
and you can also work, whether you want to work 3 days a week, 4 days a week, or even, well, we don't go past 5 days, um, for safety reasons. But
mm,
you have the opportunity to choose your own time.
mm. Since you mentioned the word safety, how does the app ensure safety and professionalism?
Well, the app, for when you show up at your assignment, you have to clock in.
Okay. Okay.
And at the end of every shift, you write a note to say, if something happened and you don't feel comfortable about it, you can put it in the notes. With the safety, we know that when you clock in, we know that you're at work.
Okay.
We know
It's a
exactly where
trust
you are.
issue.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's able to track you. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
But Donette, what makes your system different from typical gig platforms?
Typical what?
The typical gig, like these kind of work that people do, what makes it
Mhm.
different from the rest? What makes it so unique from the others?
Well, first of all, we keep track of you, and we also not only keep track of you because that's but we check
Micromanage, huh?
in. Yeah, we check in to make sure. And the reason why we got the app too is because sometimes you encounter a situation, and you know we know that sometimes with human, persons might say, oh, this happened, that happened. We want to hear it from you first. So that, we can represent you properly.
Hmm.
And
Awesome.
it's unique because I feel like no other agency have, other than the geriatric side, the CNA agencies, they don't have the app like we do. And we have the opportunity to see where you are in real
Hmm.
time. I'm not supposed to be
Hmm.
saying that
Well,
because
yeah. I mean,
my staff don't know that fully.
okay,
Um,
yeah, okay.
yeah, but especially, and I'm so happy with, it was able to we were able to extend that to Guyana, as because sometimes you go some places and we know that in Guyana the GPS system is not fully up and running, but we were
Right.
able to get that down back in Guyana, and I'm so happy about that. Especially
Hmm.
when they have to go to certain places. I just want to know the safety of my staff, because remember, you're working under us, and if anything should happen, we are responsible.
Right. The first thing women tells me, like, I don't want to deal with babies because if the baby fall and if something happened to the baby, they're gonna sue me, they're gonna blame me. What do you say to things like that?
That's how I used to think in the beginning. 'Cause remember when I did my first assignment, and it was 2 weeks, and I could not wait for that assignment to finish because all the different thoughts was running through my head,
Fears, anxieties, okay?
exactly. And even at the end of the assignment, I told my friend, I don't want this. This is not for me. I'm gonna go back to my passion. And here I am. And that is where, and even though I was trained, that is where the training come in. And even after you're trained, we hold your hand. I remember after my training back then, you finish your training, they give you your certificate, and that's it. The
Mm,
only time you can call them is if you need a replacement certificate or something,
mm,
and the hours was I think was 10 hours or 7 hours or something like that. And that is one of the reason why I decided to have my own training, have my own school, because I saw so many gaps there. They would, I don't know how you can, I'm not sure how you can learn how to take care of a baby in 7 hours, you
mm.
know? And that is why also there is, like, I always encourage my staff to keep learning, attend conferences, attend workshops, because there's always something there to learn,
Mm.
always. And I'm always in this office researching stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how do you
Mhm.
deal with difficult clients? People have fear about babies falling, but do you have fear about clients making accusations and stuff like that? Do you deal with those clients that are difficult or presented to be difficult? Some of them might not be difficult. They might just want to, ruffle your edges because, ruffle your
Yeah.
feathers a little bit,
Mhm.
see what you're made of. Well, how do you deal with some people like that?
You know what? I try my best to understand where they're coming from, because emotions are subjective.
Mm,
So if I know what it's like to feel anxious, I know what it's like to allowing someone in your home, because I remember when 3 years ago, when my mom got sick, and I was in the home with these different people, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, it really hit me. This is how my clients feel when someone enter your home and you don't really know much about them, or they're there constantly, and I that's when I get it. So
mm,
with that understanding and that experience, I just try to make my clients feel comfortable. We don't have much difficult clients. The difficult ones happen in my early years. Thank God that didn't transcend to us. And I'm not being cliche, but I pray a lot. And
yeah.
I ask God, like, every time any one of my caregivers about to go on an assignment, I really cover them and cover the home. And we
Mm,
rarely get um, difficult clients.
okay.
And I don't
Awesome.
really see
That's
them
a
as
blessing.
difficult clients. I usually just, okay, why is this person, behaving like this? And I try to
Okay.
understand that. And most of the time, it's just a feeling of feeling anxious.
Mm.
Yeah. So you
And then
deflect.
that's when you exercise more empathy and more tact and professionalism.
And
Awesome.
and and
Awesome.
that's where our that's where emotional intelligence comes in.
Yeah. That's where your soft skills come in. We got a
Yeah.
question here from Miss Carol Edward Joseph. She said, I'm licensed for kids from 6 weeks to 12 years old. Do you encourage parents to send their children to childcare after a few months?
I usually encourage my clients, because sometimes clients would call and ask for your advice.
Mhm.
And I usually tell them wait until maybe like 6 months, especially if that child had difficulties in the beginning, or if they didn't breastfeed, you know,
Okay.
um, and if they're premature, if they were premature.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
hmm But
Welcome, Mary.
sometimes
Thank you
some
so much for
parents
the
don't
answer.
have a choice.
Yeah.
hmm
Tell us more. Tell us more if you feel led to, because it looks like it's a question she want answered. So if you think you exhausted it, then that's fine. You want to say more?
Sometimes some parents don't have a choice,
Okay.
but and they have to do that, you know.
Hmm.
And I think, and there again, that is why it's important for you to for you or your staff get the proper training,
Hmm.
because that child comes in at 6 weeks or even 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, sorry, 6 weeks or 6 months. You're well and capable of taking care of that child and making the parents feel very comfortable.
Hmm. Miss
So
Carol says thank you, and that's what she's called. Students call her Miss Carol. So Miss Carol, she says thank you, Donette.
you're welcome.
Um,
You're welcome, Miss
and
Cara.
and Laverne is saying you're welcome. You're very welcome. Laverne is answering for you. That's awesome. Godfrey Jackson is saying the fellas are coming on in. I love it when the fellas come on in. Help me, fellas. Help me. Help me, fellas. Why can't we be, caregivers for these babies, man? I need a job. I need a side job. You know what I mean? But let's talk about it some more. Since you guys are not having any questions, I'm gonna ask her some more questions, because I need her to cover all this stuff, because you guys are not gonna stop me and ask me again. What was that stuff y'all were talking about? She's right here tonight. Ask your questions away. And when she uh when she finishes, if you don't get it, ask again. And so in the meantime, as you're thinking about asking you some questions, Donette, let's get
Mhm.
personal, shall we? What are your
Uh-oh.
hobbies outside of the work?
I like golfing, and
Golfing. Wow, a lady in golf. That's awesome.
yeah, and
Do you get
sometimes I
when
do.
you're smart. You hang with the wives of these millionaires. You're right. You're smart. But go ahead, tell us. You like golf. My buddy in Canada, he loves golfing, and I gotta get me
Yeah.
my own kit to go there when I go to Canada. Yeah, tell us about the golfing experience.
Good, like I haven't played in so long because of work and school, and but this summer I'm getting back into it,
Hmm.
and I feel like I need to get back into things, because like I said, I'm taking care of myself, putting myself first again, and you know, doing things that I love is
Yeah,
is what I'm going to get back to doing, because
self
I,
care
I
is
need
important.
to have a work-life balance. I need it. I need it.
Yeah, yeah. But what
And
keeps you
I
grounded, though?
recently signed up for tennis, so I'm excited to learn
Tennis.
that.
Okay. No, we used to
Yeah.
call it long tennis back in the day.
Yes.
Long tennis, right?
Yeah.
Because we play table tennis, we call it ping pong. So you talk
hmm
about a long tennis when you got to run around like Zarina and her sister,
Yeah.
huh?
Maybe
All
you never
right.
know. I might be the
Yeah,
I might be the next Serena.
yeah, we could believe that. We are believing in you. Just like we believe in Baby D agency. But I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
and
you are
my other hobby is traveling. I love
traveling.
traveling. I love exploring, new
Okay.
things, mhm,
Yeah.
and new
And what keeps
places.
you grounded, though? I know we talked about spirituality. What keeps you grounded? You know,
Prayer, my
prayer.
relationship with God,
Hmm.
and my mom. Some of the words of my mom and my dad. My mom always, she had this one thing she used to say. I remember, and it came in so well when I came to this country alone. She always would say, "You haven't met all the people in the world yet." And I never understood that until
Mm.
I came here to live. I never understood that until I came here to live. And I had an incident, and I remember calling her, crying on the phone. 33 years old, calling.
I
Like,
got another crybaby as my interviewee. No kidding. I had one the other day. Oh my goodness. So, so
and
you cry
I
to mom, and
really,
mom
I
would say,
get
"Stop
it.
crying, girl." What would she say?
I get it. And in that moment, I understand what she meant when she
Mm.
would say that. And she always would say to me, would say to us, because I grew up with three siblings, and
Okay.
she would always say to us, never forget where you come from, you
Mm.
know. So
Awesome.
I keep that to the back of my head.
And so your daily motivation would be what?
Daily motivation is you never know who's watching.
Mm.
You never know who are watching.
So
And
integrity is big for you.
ah,
Integrity is a big word for you.
yes,
Mm.
yes.
Never know who's watching.
Mm-hmm.
We got rapid
And
fire, but these are some preliminaries because folks are not asking
ooh.
questions yet. We got rapid fire, so I'm glad you have your water next to you. Um, Laverne is saying I will definitely be looking into this opportunity, and Carol is saying praise God for what it is. But yeah, you got rapid fire. No one escapes it. But you doing some preliminaries for us since folks are not asking questions.
Mhm.
But on and on with this, why I want to go back to your why, because you're going to motivate some woman out there, and my platform is to empower and motivate people, and to
Mhm.
guide them in career choices and things in life. What is your why? I know you talked about caring for babies and different things. There must be something deeper that is your why for doing what you do.
My love for kids, my love for children. I don't know. It's always I always love kids.
Hmm.
Didn't know how much I love babies per se, but I remember when my nephew was born, and things were a bit turbulent for the parents.
Okay.
And I remember saying I would take care of him when I was just
Hmm.
16 years old, you know? And my mom said
16.
that, yeah, that's a big responsibility. Why would you want to do that? And I don't know what came over me, but I just wanted to do it. And
Hmm.
I took care of him for a number of years, even when I was out of school and I was a pupil teacher. Um, he was attending the same school that I was teaching at. And people thought that it was my child. And I just used to say, okay.
Yeah.
But my love for kids, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. This is a safe space here for all my interviews. I'm glad that you're sharing with me. But what drives you when things get really tough, Donette? What drives you? I know you pray,
Mhm.
you probably pray in the car. You probably get up and say, "Thank you, Lord, for another day." And, you really, really get down and pray hard, and speak in tongues and stuff. But what, what
Big
drives you
and
in a
tough.
tough day?
Um, what helped me in my tough days? The drive of wanting to inspire someone, the generation after me, and leaving a legacy.
Hmm.
Yeah, leaving a
Awesome.
legacy. Yeah.
I often find this in most people like you that I meet, that you have this gene that you don't recognize that you have it. That gene of helping people to live their full potential. That's HPLP gene. Um, so I'm bringing it to the forefront today. I think you have that gene.
You
You're
think so?
helping
Okay,
others
I'll
to
take
live to
that.
their full potential. And so, yes, keep up the good work. But who supports you behind the scenes in all of this that you're doing?
um, my mom, my family, and a few friends, and I really thank God for them. They
Awesome.
keep me stable.
Give you good feedback.
Es- especially when you're an overachiever, you tend to overthink a lot,
Mm,
and that can lead you down a rabbit hole. So for me, I now I'm always doing therapy. So I will talk to my therapist sometimes. Sometimes I will talk to my friends. And I have
mm,
this one particular friend who I rely on. She know herself. She's probably listening. And
mm.
um and I would talk to her about what I'm feeling, and she would give her honest feedback. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, on
Mhm.
behalf of the folks here at Forefront today, thanks to your family and those of you who are supporting Donette behind the scenes. We need a woman like this who empowers other women, who finds an opportunity for other women, alternative employment. And so tonight, on behalf of Forefront, thank you, parents. Thank you, friends and family, for supporting Donette. I know she tell you guys thanks all the time, but I'm grateful because maybe if you didn't, I wouldn't have a chance to talk to her tonight. So I'm grateful for them. Okay. Do you mind me saying
Yeah.
thank you to them on my own behalf?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you everyone who tune in. And I'm happy to be here. And I know this has been a long time coming because I know you were behind me to do this interview. But I'm really happy that I find the time to do it, and I'm happy that I'm here.
Okay. So you actually think that you're done?
Yes, I
No, you're not done, Donette. Here
thought
is the
I was.
rapid fire segment of this interview, 10 minutes at least. So I hope you don't have to go anywhere. Rapid fire. You ready? You want to drink some water?
Mm,
Okay.
okay,
Uh,
I'm ready.
Karen is saying my question is not answered. Let me go back to Karen's question before I take you to rapid fire. Karen asked the question. What was it, Karen? Where are you, Karen? Where's the question? Ask it again, Karen. Did I miss? Oh, Karen said, listening, was curious about the clientele in Maryland. Oh, she was curious about clientele in Maryland. Do you have clientele in Maryland yet?
We do
She
make
probably
phone
wants to get
calls.
some
The
part of it.
problem is, we can be anywhere we want to be, but the problem is getting people, getting staff out there. So we do get calls from time to time there, but it's hard to take someone from New York to do nights there.
Hmm.
So Carol, if you come and you do the chorus, and you could be one of our representative, our caregivers are there.
But not only that, you can take it a step further. You need perhaps a manager, a recruiter in the
Hmm.
various states, right? An
Yes.
administrator, right?
Hmm.
So talk to us
Hmm.
about that. What are some of the positions you might want to fill in these 50 states?
So one of the position is OP manager,
Okay.
recruiter, and also most of all caregivers. Because without the caregivers, the job can't go on. And
Mm,
yeah, once you join our team, it's 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 not a tedious job. It's just the placement sometimes get a little difficult because sometimes you're dealing with people from all sorts of background and also different personalities. So, and also sometimes life be life in and things happen. So you have
mm,
to be quick on your feet in terms of like pivot in let's say some you have a call out, and sometimes you might have to jump into that role. So you
mm,
have to be, once you're going to come on board with us, you have to be a team player.
mm.
Mhm.
And Karen is asking, that was Karen's question. I hope you answered. Karen, I hope you have your answer there. Karen now is asking, uh, what when is the next course started, Donette?
So we have class starts every week.
Every
Tomorrow we have a class. We have class every week.
okay.
Mhm.
Are you privileged to tell them what it might cost to be
The
certified?
the cost for the certification, it's a total of $1,700. It's um $200 registration and $1,500 for the course. You can go on online, register, or you can call us on 516-787-1390 to get registered, and we can walk you through. We accept credit card, debit card, Zelle. Again,
Yeah.
our our website is www.babydddagency.com, and you can get registered there.
Yeah.
If you're not,
Going on the
you
screen for
know,
you guys. I have it scrolling for you. www.babydddagency.com. You can get
mhm,
on there right now. I usually, for some folks try to hire me as a DJ, and I have this way I don't like to put a price on some of my friends, right? But
mhm,
folks can go online and look at the scale, how much it would cost them for
mhm,
an event by looking at a DJ scale online. It's out there, all right?
mhm.
But
Yes.
sometimes for my friends, I'll be like, you know what, just pay for my gas, just, whatever, because I like to empower people. I like to support nonprofit organizations and different things.
Mhm,
If folks go online now to look at what is a pay scale for this nanny, this nurse services person, nurse
mhm.
caregiver, right? What's
Yes.
that again? Tell me again. Newborn care
Newborn
specialist,
care
right?
specialist or
Yeah.
baby nurse.
What would they find different from a geriatric care person? What do you think the scale might be? Would you think it'd be above or below?
Above. Above.
Okay, tell us
Yeah.
about that. How far above you think they'll find that?
Um, so it could be 50%,
Hmm.
40%. It just all depends on what state you're working in.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Um,
And you have the
the
opportunity to choose where you want to work, your radius of
Yes,
work,
you do.
um, how many days of week.
Mhm.
If you want to do nights or day, you can choose that. So you can take your
Mhm.
vacation 2 weeks and come back and still find an assignment, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. So, folks, I hope that I've been asking these questions for you. Number, please. One more time, the number, please. 51 what?
516-787-1390.
516
787
787
1390.
1390. I got it pinned on my page. So you guys
Okay.
can copy that. The website now is scrolling on right before you, and you can get there and you can find out more. There's more we can talk about, but I'm not going to let her talk a whole lot more because I try to, give her a break because she's a friend of my sister, only because of that. I'm trying to be nice tonight, but I normally take you through some
Thank you.
ringers. But are you ready? You're most welcome, man. But are you ready for rapid fire, man? If there are not
I'm
a
nervous.
questions,
I'm nervous
you
with a rapid
nervous?
fire.
No, come on, you can do this. Joy Carell, good night to you. Good night to all those of you, Mackenzie Archer. Good night to you, my folks in the Rima Mining Company. We can do it over there too in the Rima, Kelly Kells. We can do it over there in Linden Tongue, Chuni, Mackenzie, Berbice. We can do it all over Guyana, man. It's getting bigger,
Mhm.
and I want you guys to be part of it because some of you need an alternative. Not so much an alternative, but an optional opportunity. Good night to you, Sherry George. And Sherry's one of your, is Sherry's one of your staff, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
So tell us easy. Nobody would hear. Is she a good worker?
Yes, she is. she's
Oh, good.
she's actually up in the top five.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Man, she should not
Yeah.
have been on
And
here to hear
Sherry
that kind of
actually been
feedback.
with us for what, 3 years? 3 years, Sherry, or
Wow. Is
four?
that long you've been? Oh my
She's
goodness.
been with us for a while.
Wow.
2 or 3. You know, she's been with us for a while.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I am talking to the wonderful Donette. She used to be the CEO of Don J Collections. She's a nurse. She is now the CEO of Baby D Agency and the principal or the administrator for Baby D Academy, where you can get your certification to become a newborn
Care
care
specialist.
specialist, where you can provide services such as newborn postpartum care, nanny placement, night nursing, and doula. For more
Mhm.
information, 516-787-1390 or www.babyddagency.com, nurturing delightful journey of
Of
parenthood.
parenthood.
Yeah, big time. This is a big deal right here in the forefront today. So we are into rapid fire. I'm going to do this for you and get on out. All you had your water. I didn't have mine, but I'm ready for you. One word that defines your journey, Donette. One word. And if I want to, I'll ask you to expound on it. But give me one word.
Courageous.
Courageous.
Mhm.
I think I want you to go a little bit more on that word for me. Courageous. You are courageous because you all by yourself. You taught kids in school. You went in front of people and you walked down the runway. You did nursing. Now you're doing this, leading people. That takes a lot of courage. Tell me more.
Like I said, I was very shy in the beginning. I'm still shy.
Mm.
I still get nervous when I hear the word interview.
Well, what would happen if I was coming to you to do criminal investigation?
Oh my
You
God.
know? Okay, all right.
Yeah. The reason why I choose that word is because sometimes I look back at some of the things that I did, not to say I'm tooting my own horn, but
Okay.
it really took courage because sometimes fear hold us back.
Mm.
And for me, I don't if if I'm praying about something and God said do this, I try it. If I fail, I fail.
Yeah.
if
Okay.
if and I always say, what if it work out? Whereby some people would say, what if it don't work? But for me, I
Mm.
always say, what if it work? So that's why I chose
Awesome.
that word.
I
Yeah.
like that word, courage. I think I'll take that,
Yeah.
because I know you for a long time. Fashion or healthcare? First love. Which one is your first love? Fashion or healthcare?
Um I can't choose one.
What? You
I
torn between two lovers? Is that
No,
what it
because
is?
they're
Are
both
you
up there. I like I'm crazy about fashion. I'm crazy about healthcare. I just can't choose. I don't know. I can't I can't choose
all right?
one.
Do you know that song? Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool, loving both of you is breaking all the rules.
Well, in this case, I'm breaking all the rules. I
Okay.
just can't. I love both. I do. And even in healthcare, like I still think about fashionable scrubs. Um, I still like they've been I've been designing our staff uniform and
Hmm.
had to scrap it 3 times already because it didn't come out the way I exactly wanted. And like even in that, like fashion still transition into healthcare. So I can't choose one.
Of course, you got to make the head ties. You have to have the right material to make the scrubs.
Mhm.
Of
Yeah.
course, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I could
Mhm.
understand that. In this case, I'll say, okay, I'll take that. Torn between two lovers. So let's go to Guyana. Guyana
Mhm.
means what to you?
Home.
Home. It's where your heart is.
I would say a piece of my heart is there. That's the reason why I went back and I went back and I launched Baby D there because looking back at some of the things that, pregnant mothers go through
Mm,
and experiencing some stuff there too, in my own life. And, um, you know, in Guyana, we don't talk about postpartum depression a lot. We
mm,
don't talk about support, the proper support for when a woman just gave birth. We just know that, okay, your mom is going to come over, but your mom is coming to support you and giving and helping you with tips and tricks from 40 years ago, 50 years ago, you know?
mm,
And it's not, they themselves don't even know what postpartum depression is. I remember when we were about to launch and we had an interview, and one of the women, one of the women on the panel, she was talking about, she said, I wish I had known you guys when I was pregnant with my son and even after, because it
mm.
was so hard. And now we have people reaching out to us. um I wasn't sure if the nursing, the NCS part of the business would have worked there. I thought we would just do nannies, but now people are able to understand. Now we're actually teaching class, bird class there now. People are inquiring. We had, people are doing lactation consulting and all of that. So
Mm.
I'm really happy that I took the initiative to take Baby D there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Learn a whole lot from you, Donette, the CEO of Baby D Agency. You in the rapid fire. I got two more questions for you, and then I'll let you go.
Okay.
Success. Complete a sentence to me. Success is.
Inspiring and empowering others. For
Oh,
me. Yeah. For me.
inspiring
Um,
and empowering others.
because if you can't, if someone cannot learn from you and you leave in a legacy and people understand the work that you do and carry it on, like, what's the point?
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot
Posterity.
of people, yeah, a lot of people associate success with money.
Yeah. Bling
Yeah.
bling and cars and
Yeah.
yeah.
For me, you know, if at this age too, like, that's not all.
I like that. I'll take that. Inspiring and empowering others. Your
Yeah.
message to young women. Your last question.
Seek seek a relationship with God. Um, Pray a lot. I always say get to know God for yourself. Pray a lot. Seek wise counsel. Because even though, I'm at this age, I still seek counsel and know your worth.
Know your word. Mm,
Yes, and also pursue your dream.
mm,
It's you. I had an instructor, a professor once told me, "You either confidently wrong or confidently right."
mm. Yeah, I like
So,
that
and I
one.
took that with me. You know, so sometimes, as we would say, winging it.
Yeah, yeah.
You just wing it, and if it work, it work. If it don't, try something else.
Mm,
But in everything you do, try to get understanding and wisdom.
yeah.
Yeah.
My late CEO said this. You need to know what you don't know when you need to
Yeah.
know what you don't know.
Hmm.
You need to know what you don't know when you need to know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So I've been talking to someone who taught us a lot about Baby D Agency and an option for employment, career pathway, from fashion runaways to nurturing newborn lives, from Guyana to Connecticut, from vision to execution. She is Donette Brotherson, not just building a business, she is building a movement rooted in care, excellence, and accountability and opportunity. And so tonight we had this opportunity to have her in rapid fire and tell us about herself. And I think she did well, guys. Could you give her a round of applause? Let me see some loves and some clap hands there for my guests, please. Let me see it going on up. Yep, great advice, Carol says. And Sherry says, it's the best profession ever. Don't regret becoming a NCS. And folks, please show some love in the chat, please. Show some love in the chat. And so there's a call to action. Connect with
Yeah.
Baby D Agency. I encourage you, connect with Baby D Agency. The website is scrolling before you, www.babyddagency.com. The number is listed also in my chat, 516-787-1390. I am DJ Quin, your matured mixer, reminding you that live simply, that others may simply live. And that is what Donette is doing. Living simply so that others may simply live. You heard what she says. Her success is inspiring and empowering others. And so before I say good night, Donette,
Mhm.
every time an interview comes on here, there's something that I would miss to ask them that they want the world to know about. I might have missed it with you. Here's the opportunity to talk to the people and tell them what I miss asking you about about a business, about your next step. Go ahead.
Well, the next step is just look out for a lot more from Baby D Agency and the brand Baby D itself. And pretty soon,
Mhm.
we'll be doing big things. And also, what I want um, the audience to know or the world to know is find, whatever you love, find whatever you love and do it
Mm.
because you never know. For some, sometime it might start off as just a means to an end, but you never know where you end up. You never
Mm.
know, who's watching and whose life you're gonna touch. You know, yeah. And also, I can't stop talking about our Lord and Savior. He's our foundation. So get to know him.
Awesome. On behalf of Forefront today, thank you once again, CEO of Baby D Agency, Baby D Academy, for coming on into the forefront and letting us know about your optional career pathway. Good night to you, Denise Smith. You're coming on in late. I'm going to have to charge you. Sabrina Johnson, you too, you're late, but you could always go back and listen to what we talked about. And thank you so much for coming on still. Better late than never, right? But this is never a late opportunity for you guys to think about a new career pathway. So I'm encouraging you guys to get on the website now, look it up now, and make a call. www.babyddagency.com, www.babyddagency.com, and the number is listed as what? 516-787-1390. That is 516-787-1390. Nurturing delightful journey of parenthood. For now, let's say time to provide to all of you, and thank you so much once again, Donette.
You're
And
welcome.
best wishes to you and your endeavors. And I'm hoping that I have prepared you now for bigger interviews to come. And
Yes.
I hope you look at this as your springboard, as your stepping
Yes.
stone for bigger
Mhm.
things in these 50 states. All the best to you and in your endeavors. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Cleveland. It was a pleasure being here. And
Awesome.
thank
Really
you for
glad.
everyone
Love.
that tuned in.
Yes, thank you to all my viewers, those of you on YouTube, those of you on Facebook. I am yet to get my chats on YouTube. So if you guys leaving any chats on YouTube, let me see if I can see it here. I don't see any on YouTube. Eventually I'll get to it, Donette. I'm like you, I'm working my way up gradually in these platforms. Uh,
Um,
Radio, radio was my thing. I never like to be on camera too much. I don't think I'm handsome enough to be in front of cameras this long, but people ask for it, demand it. And so I'm going to empower others too, because when you leave my platform, I want you to leave feeling good about yourself. Do you feel good of yourself, Miss
I do.
Donette?
Actually, you know how nervous I am with doing interviews, and you make it easy for me. I just felt like I was talking to a friend.
Awesome. Well, my job is done here. So good
Yeah.
night to you and to your family. Thank you, Mama and Daddy, for raising a wonderful daughter, a teacher, a fashion designer, a nurse, and now a CEO, Baby D Agency. Best wishes to
Thank
you once
you.
again. And I
All
hope you
right.
love this special video I prepared for you for this segment of this interview with you right here, right now.
I do.
So enjoy it while I sign off from our interview, right? Have a good one.
You too. Good
Bye
night.
bye, everyone.
DJ Quin, the mature mixer, on far front today, celebrating purpose, passion, and power. This one is for Donette, baby, the artist.
From the runway lights to a brand new day, designing dreams in a bold display. Guyana roots in every thread. Now she nurturing life instead.
From the islands to foreign land, purpose shifting by God's own hand. What she carried deep inside, now bringing hope to every child.
She walked away, but she never lost. Every step had a higher cost. Now she building something real, love you can touch and feel.
From runway to cradle, she answered the call. From fashion to babies, she giving her all.
Baby, the rising, your destiny call.
She's building futures, one life at a time. Purpose divine, one life at a time. Scrubs on now, heart so wide, caring hands always by your side, training others to do the same, building legacy in her name.
Connect, touch her to Guyana shore, opening doors and so much more. Every baby, every start, touched by love straight from her heart.
Not just a job, it's a calling inside. Not just a dream, it's purpose alive. Through every tear, through every fight, she turned her vision into life. From runway to cradle, she answered the call. From fashion to babies, she giving her all.
Baby, the rising, your destiny call.
She's building futures, one life at a time. Hey. Purpose divine, one life at a time. Baby D, purpose divine. Baby D, one life at a time.
One life at a time.
Baby D, purpose divine. Baby D, one life at a time.
From Guyana to the world, she's nurturing tomorrow today.
DJ Quin, the matured mixer, on far front today, celebrating purpose, passion, and power. This one is for Donette, baby the agency. From the runway lights to a brand new day, designing dreams in a bold display. Guyana roots in every trend, now she nurturing life instead.
From the islands to foreign land, purpose shifting by God's own hand. What she carried deep inside, now bringing hope
something real.
Love you can touch and feel.
On runway to pray that she answer me call. From fashion to baby, she giving her all. Baby be rising, hear destiny call. She's building futures, one life at a time. Purpose divine. One life at a time. Scrubs on now, heart so wide. Caring hands always by your side. Training others to do the same. Building legacy in her name.
Connecticut to Guyana.